Today on Ignition, how to generate leads from your videos and the different types of video you may want to have for your business.
Welcome to Ignition. I'm Ellis Friedman.
And my name is Ramon Ray. Ignition is a weekly show where we discuss issues that can help your small business grow. So Ellis, please tell all of us, what are we going to discuss on this week's Ignition show?
Well, Ramon, today we're going to discuss how to get leads from video. You can also check our Maximize the Value of Your Leads ebook in our Resource Center. But today, we have with us Chris Knowlton, who is the Vice President and Streaming Industry Evangelist.
Big title.
Yeah, that is a big title. It's about this long at Wowza Media Systems.
Awesome. Chris, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So Chris, there are billions and zillions of videos on Periscope, Snapchat, YouTube, Vimeo, and every other platform on hard drives, on USB keys. Is video still relevant? Is it still important for small businesses to consider? It seems like we're flooded in video of dancing cats and dancing ninjas. Is it still important?
It is. It's absolutely is. And just for the reason you mentioned, in fact, because so many people out there today, your potential customers, your prospects, are actually watching and consuming those videos on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. And if you're not there with those videos, with your own video, chances are you're not going to have the chance to get in front of those prospects the way they're actually consuming content these days.
So we're not wasting our time right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that is ironic. If we're doing Ignition, it would be wasting
So
time.
meta.
So gets very specific. What are 2 or 3 things that video can do for a business? I mean, it's cute to put videos up, but what can it do for the business itself?
There's so many things you can do, and I think a lot of small businesses aren't really taking advantage of video the way they can, because it not only is it a one-to-many tool, it can be a one-to-one tool. It can also, you can have a conversation with a group of people. It doesn't have to be just sort of fire and forget. But you can use it in a number of ways, including recruiting people for your business, training people once they have the product. Here's how you use it. Thanks for buying our product. Here's how you use it. Supporting those folks. Maybe they have an issue and maybe you're willing to do a Skype chat with them or something like this and actually help them work through the issue so they're able to go on to the next step, buy more of your product, tell people what great support you have, that kind of thing. You can also just do marketing with it. Marketing is a great way to use video, both in a sort of on-demand version where you put a video up on a site or on YouTube and have people watch it, or where you do a live webinar and you get people to actually come to your event using the power of now. They get excited, they watch that event, and if you do it really well, you go an extra step, you have a two-way communication. You let them submit questions and you answer them in near real time so they know you're listening and willing to give back to them to help them achieve their goals.
It seems like there's more than one way to do video, which I'm learning right now. Which
Absolutely. Is awesome. Yeah, there are many, many ways.
Chris, what about the aspects of lead generation? I mean, our audience here are business owners. They want to make money at some length of time with the video they're doing and the marketing they're doing. Can you generate leads? And in brief, how can you generate leads by using video if your answer is yes?
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Okay.
That works out well.
Phew.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I know you were worried.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to actually generate leads, you don't want to just put a video up somewhere and have people go to it and watch it and you never hear from them again. You have no idea who they are. You don't have a chance to really continue that conversation unless they decide, oh, that was interesting, I'm going to opt in. It's much more successful if you can find out who those people are watching your video. And this is where things like webinars come in handy, because with a webinar, you can have folks register. Just give a name and an email address and say, great, now we'll give you access to this live content where we're going to answer your questions in real time. And later, after that event is posted, you can say, look, we've posted the event. So in case you missed it or you want to hear those answers again, it's online now. And then later you can have a marketing campaign. You can now follow up with all of those users and say, by the way, here are other resources like that video that you were, or the webinar you participated in today. And by the way, did you know we're running a promotion on X, Y, or Z that happens to be what that webinar was about? So it gives you this really good chance to establish a relationship with a customer or a prospect and start building that relationship.
Well, so if you want to have an effective live or even taped video event, what are some of the things that you need to put that on well?
Yeah, great question. The first thing is probably to find a really good topic. And that's probably, it's really just number one.
So the technology is not first.
It is not.
Which is
No,
ironic.
no, no.
I'm thinking you're going to say a mic or something, but you're saying it's the topic.
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, right. It's the topic. It has to be a question that somebody's going to care about. Are they interested? If they're not interested, it doesn't matter how good your technology is, who's going to come, right? So it has to be something that your customers or your prospects are asking about. If you're a small business owner, think about all those questions that your friends are asking you at parties or when you go do cold calls or whatever. What are the first 3 objections they have, for instance? how's this going to help my business? How does it work? How's it going to work with these other things that I have? And put together maybe 1 or 2 questions and build a webinar or a video around that. Try and make it a short topic, preferably, if you're just doing an on-demand video. And then that's the first step, really. Shall I continue with the others?
Yes, please continue.
That is where we get into technology.
Okay.
Oh, good, Ramon.
So the first thing is having the topic. The second thing is just making sure that you have some decent technology. You don't have to go spend a lot. You don't have to buy a $1,000 camera. You can use the tools that are available now through iPhone, Android, iPad. Use the tools that are in your pocket with you. But you probably ought to consider investing $100, maybe $200, and get an inexpensive microphone. So you can have a lapel microphone or a shotgun microphone, so you have better audio than just your phone will pick up by itself. And then have 1 or 2 lights. You can buy LED light panels very inexpensively now. You can go to Amazon.com, for instance, and find a wide selection of things so that you have good lighting. You don't want to be in shadows. You want it to look pretty professional. You prefer to have a clean background, not have it look like a cluttered basement, you know. So
Not your bedroom and your clothes draped over the chair.
That's right. You want to have that professional image. You want people not to be distracted by the background. You want them to be focusing on whatever it is you're trying to deliver.
Excellent. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And don't forget to check out our Maximize the Value of Your Leads ebook in our Resource Center.
Absolutely. Thank you for watching Ignition, and we can't wait to have you watch the Ignition show next time.
Love Ignition? Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And don't forget to check out our resources section.
That's a Space Needle.
Cool.
Yeah. Sort of.
A needle of space.
I mean, the top looks like a needle.
That is true. Or corn on the cob.